Hello and welcome. Temu is an online store that has recently started advertising itself in Australia. Having watched a fellow Australian YouTuber by the name of Blake from his channel Blake's Aquatics do a review, I thought I might try the store out and see what bargains I could get. I will leave a link to Blake's channel and his Temu review in the description. So without further ado, let's see what I bought and what I thought of the products. The first item is a rechargeable head-mounted light for which I paid $5.39 Australian. Next was 2 packets of pH testing strips for which I paid $2.24 Australian. The third item was a packet of 10 airline check valves for which I paid $2.42 Australian. These were available in either red or white. The fourth item was 2 airflow control valves in a copper nickel plating for which I paid $4.59 Australian. Next, I bought a clip-on aquarium fish tank lamp for which I paid $7.64 Australian. The sixth item I bought was a 5cm or 1.97 inch diameter oxygenating stone tray for which I paid $6.19 Australian. The next item was a step ledge and cave hideout made from resin and supposed to look like shale, for which I paid $20.29 Australian. The last item was a bonus offer. For being in Australia and signing up, they offered wireless bone conduction headphones for $2.04 Australian. There were a number to choose from and I chose one that had a retail price of $54.99. With free shipping, my 8 items cost me a total of $50.80 Australian. According to their website, I saved a total of $79.92 Australian in discounts. Okay, so how did Temu go with shipping? Feel free to pause the video at this point. All dates and times are in my local time. Well, I placed the order late at night on Friday the 21st of April at 7:53 p.m. and as you can see from the timeline, things moved reasonably quickly considering it was coming from overseas. It was available for me to pick up by 8:53 in the morning of Monday, May the 1st, so this means about 10.5 days, which also included 2 weekends. What would a product review video be if it didn't include an unboxing section? The main spotlight is very bright, and I've already used it while doing a tank build as I look down into the tank. The wider LED spreads the light, which doesn't show up that well during the day, but still useful. The plastic housing at the back of the spotlight got very warm after long periods of use, but I only noticed it when I took the headset off and my fingers touched the back. Using the API test kit, I'm showing a pH of around about 6.4 to 6.6. There didn't seem to be any change to the colour other than looking wet, so to my old eyes it looked like a 7 on this scale. By the way, I later found out not to leave the wet strips on the table as they leak ink, but I managed to eventually remove it. Testing another tank, the API test kit shows about 7.6. Once again, the colour really didn't change and just looked like the other test. Basically, it looked like wet paper. The fact that their scale shows it to be around about a 7 could be a coincidence. Personally, I'm not going to use them. They're air valves, so there's not much to say other than I tested by blowing in each end and they only allowed air to pass in one direction, so they work. The light is quite bright but has a wide cast, so the higher the light, the wider the area it covers, and it becomes fainter. This would suit nanotanks that have a height of probably about 20 centimeters or 8 inches. The on-off button is a push-in, pop-out type. The unit weighs 48.21 grams or 1.7 ounces. I let my air stone soak for 24 hours before connecting it to an air supply. The air stone is producing quite a nice amount of bubbles considering it's connected to a 5-volt USB air pump. Here is a standard air stone connected to the same type of USB air pump. I was quite impressed by this. An item this size probably would cost around about $40 if I was to buy it in a retail store. It has a nice sturdy construction, and I can imagine the fish swimming through it or corydoras etc. hiding inside it. In a future build, I probably would glue pieces of Java fern and or Anubias to various steps to make it look a little bit overgrown and hidden. These were excellent. I've already used one to split the air from an air pump to two of my breeding tanks, which allowed me to put one pump away, thus saving energy and noise. Yes, I could have gotten a Y piece plus the air control knobs, but these are a more elegant solution. They are sturdy and the control levers are firm, so they won't accidentally change. I found this helpful as one breeding tank had the adults, while the other had fry, and I wanted less air going to the sponge filters for the fry. Before the last review, which is of the headset, I have to give a warning to viewers that my performance is very stilted. I'm still not confident doing voiceovers, and even less so when I have to be in front of the camera. So apologies for the non-polished performance. Hold down the volume plus button for about 4 seconds. Pairing mode is indicated by the red and blue flashing lights. Go into your device's Bluetooth section. Select Q35 2.0. Job done. These are the bone conduction headphones. And this is what it looks like when I'm wearing my glasses. They don't sit as nicely on the ears. Moving around, they just pop off the ears all the time. So I think for the rest of the video I'll take my glasses off. To be honest, I've never used bone induction headsets before, so I didn't really know what to expect. They're not too bad. You can obviously hear a lot more when you press them against your head, but I'm also surprised that you can hear, if I hold it up to the microphone, you can hear the music. I always thought bone inductions were totally quiet and that the entire sound was heard just through induction. I can hear it like that. It's louder when I press against here. So when it is on your head, it's quite audible, probably a little bit muddy. It sounds a lot better when you actually press it hard against your skull. But it does sound very muddy when it's released, so if you're not wanting to sit there holding it like this all the time, then maybe these aren't the best sort of headsets to get, or maybe I'm just not used to them. I think I bought these thinking, no, well, I'll give them a try, they're only a few dollars, but I think if I'm going to be watching TV at night or whatever, I think I'll use the bigger earphones that actually have a cup over the head. I just thought these might have been quite good to use. They are good enough in a pinch. Whether I'd use them all the time, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it sounds better like that. Sounds okay like that. And they sit reasonably okay. Just a bit awkward trying to put glasses on at the same time. The glasses, the arms just sit there and move around, or push the headphones off. And I think that actually makes it worse because it pushes them away from the ears or from the bone. So, yep, your mileage may vary. Thank you. Since I tested these and recorded that video, I was watching a DVD the other night that didn't have subtitles, and I thought I'd pair them to the TV and give them another go. This time there was no audible sound, but it could be heard when worn against the skull. Unfortunately, the sound was very soft and muddy again, unless I held them against my head. Perhaps I'm not wearing them correctly, or they don't fit my head properly, but I don't see myself using them again unless my over-the-head cup headphones run out of charge in the middle of watching a TV show. Overall, I'm happy with the site. The prices are cheap, especially with free shipping. Out of the items I bought, I was only unhappy with the pH testing paper and the headphones. Since this order, I've purchased a USB-A to USB-C cable that has a swivel end so the cable isn't sticking down from the bottom of the phone when it's in the cradle in the car, plus a bunch of long artificial grass-like plants which I might try in my breeding tank in addition to the traditional breeding mop. I was very happy with both of these, especially the cable due to the swivel. It's also available in a USB-C to USB-C version. Thanks again for watching. Sorry for the awkward on-camera section, but I guess I have to start somewhere, and hopefully I'll get more comfortable. Please subscribe if you haven't, as I currently only have 167 subscribers and would love to see the channel grow. Like the video to help YouTube offer it as a suggested viewing to others. Take care, enjoy life, bye for now.